So the most important thing, and this is going to be the main game in Glasgow, is really accelerating action over this decade through the 2020s. That's what the science compels if we're to avoid truly devastating consequences from climate change. And that's what we've got to do if we're going to get on a path to net zero emissions. That means moving beyond coal, oil, and gas. That means really unlocking every opportunity we've got for renewable energy. And thankfully, Australia is very, very blessed as one of the sunniest and windiest countries on Earth. There's everything we need there to do it, but it's really about accelerating action now through the 2020s. That's what's going to be talked about in Glasgow more than anything else.
Right, and who needs to accelerate those discussions? Does it need to come from grassroots community? Does it need to come from political leaders? Because in Australia, that's been lacking now for more than a decade when it comes to actually announcing action to reduce carbon emissions. Does it need to come from business? Does it need to come from the royal family that are going to be attending COP26, or is it kind of a mixture of everyone?
Look, in Australia's case, the thing that's really held us back, and you mentioned before, we've lost about a decade through political fighting, it's just been a political problem. It's been that absence of leadership from our federal governments. And in fact, the state and territory governments in Australia, they've been with the program. They've been ramping up their investments in renewables. They've been setting more ambitious targets. The Australian public is now at unprecedented levels of support for stronger action. And maybe most importantly, the business community here, the Business Council of Australia, has called on Australia to lift its targets to at least match those from the US, the UK, the EU, those other comparable countries. So it's really just here, waiting for that national leadership, waiting for our federal government to step up, not just with that net zero target, that's just the most basic of entry tickets to Glasgow, actually stepping up with action for this decade. And then, look, we're sitting on the world's best renewable energy potential. We've got the opportunity to be providing green steel, renewable hydrogen, these important products for which the markets, especially in the big Asian economies, are just going to grow and grow and grow. Until we've got that political leadership, that policy certainty, we're not going to see that huge wave of investment start to flow.